During this lesson, we are going to work on factors, multiples, and factorization. Question 1. We are going to study. Here we have all the factors of 24. When writing down the factors of a number, always start with 1 and the number itself. So 1 times 24 is 24. And then fill in the rest of the factor partners from the outside in. 2 times 12 is 24. So 2 and 12 are factor partners. 3 times 8 is 24. And 4 times 6 is 24. Question 2. Complete using the factor partner method. Get out your pens so we can do C together. The factors of 18, we're going to use the filling in method. 1 and 18. Then after 1 comes 2. 2 is a factor of 18 because 2 times 9 is 18. Then after 2 comes 3. 3 is a factor because 3 times 6 is 18. Then 4. 4 is not a factor. 5. 5 is not a factor. And 6 is a factor which we already have. So we have all our factors of 18 without missing a single one. Let's do 32 together. 1 and 32. Then we check after 1 comes 2. Is 2 a factor of 32? Yes, it is, because 32 is an even number. And 2 times 16 is 32. You can check that on the side if you're not certain. Then 3. 3 is not a factor of 32. 4. 4 is a factor because 4 times 8 is 32. Then always remember to check. 5, no. 6 is not a factor. 7 is not a factor. And 8 is a factor which we already have. Therefore, we have all the factors of 32. Press pause to complete question 2 by yourself. Question 3. Write down the factors of each number. Mark the prime numbers with a P. Remember, a prime number is a number that only has 2 factors, itself and 1. Let's do question A together. The factors of 1 is just 1. Therefore, 1 is not a prime number. 2, the factors are 1 and 2. Therefore, it is a prime number. 2 is our only even prime number. 3, the factors are 1 and 3. Therefore, 3 is prime. 4, 1 and 4. And 2 times 2, so 2 is a factor. 4 has got 3 factors, therefore it is not prime. 5, 1 and 5. Therefore, 5 is a prime number. Press pause to complete question B by yourself and question 4 by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark all your answers on this page. Question 5. Write down the factors of each number. Mark the prime numbers with a P. Press pause to complete question 5 and question 6 by yourself. Question 7. Circle the numbers which are divisible by 2. If a number ends in 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, which are all even numbers, then the whole number is divisible by 2. Get out your pens, let's do A together. 10 ends in a 0, therefore is divisible by 2. 15 is not. 26 is. 104 is. 247 is not. And 356 is. Press pause to complete question B by yourself. Question 9. Circle the numbers which are divisible by 3. Let's first learn. If the sum of the digits of a number are divisible by 3, then the entire number is divisible by 3. Let's see what this means. 72. Is 72 divisible by 3 or not? Let's check. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 9 is divisible by 3. Therefore, 72 is divisible by 3. Let's check on the side. 3 fits into 7 twice, remainder once, and 3 fits into 12 4 times. There we see that 72 is perfectly divisible by 3. 83, 8 plus 3 is 11, and 11 is not divisible by 3. Therefore, without doing a sum, we can say with certainty that 83 is not divisible by 3. Lastly, 237, 2 plus 3 plus 7 is 12, and 12 is divisible by 3. Therefore, without doing a sum, we know that 237 is divisible by 3. Press pause to complete A and B by yourself. Question 10. Complete using the factor partner method. Let's do A together. The factors of 42 are 1 and 42. Then is 2 a factor? Yes, 2 times 21. Then is 3 a factor? Let's first use our method to check before we waste our time doing a sum. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. Therefore, 3 is a factor, and on the side we do a sum. We divide by 3, and the factor partner of 3 is 14. Then, is 4 a factor of 42? No. Is 5 a factor? No. Is 6 a factor? Yes, because 6 times 7 is 42. And there we have all our factors without missing any. Press pause to complete question 10 by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark all your answers on this worksheet. Worksheet 2, Prime Factors. Write down the prime factors of each of the following numbers. Step 1. Write down all the factors of the number. Then circle the factors which are prime. These circled numbers are called prime factors. Let's do C together. The factors of 24, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. Then we need to circle off our factors which are prime. So we have 2, we have 3, not prime, not prime, not prime, not prime, and 1 is also not prime, remember that. So the prime factors of 24 are only 2 and 3. Press pause to complete the rest of question 1 by yourself. Worksheet 3, Common Factors. Find the common factors of 18 and 24. Remember, common means belonging to both. So, my factors of 18, let's do this together, so get out your pen. It's 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. Then the factors of 24, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and 4 and 6. Now we need to find our factors which are common to both 18 and 24. We have 1, 2, 3, we have 6, and that is all. So our common factors of 18 and 24 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. Use what you have learned to complete the rest of question 1 by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark all your answers on this page. Worksheet 4. Write down the factors of the given numbers and then find their highest common factor. Let's do A together. The factors of 9, 1 and 9, and 3 times 3. The factors of 12, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Now my common factors are 1 and 3, but we want the highest common factor, which is 3. Therefore, the highest common factor of 12 and 9 is 3. Press pause to complete the rest of question 1 by yourself. Question 2. Write down the factors of the given numbers and find their highest common factor. For A, write out all the factors of 15, then all the factors of 18, then all the factors of 24, and find the common factor which is the largest in all three. Do exactly the same for B. When you are done with this worksheet, use the memo to mark your answers. Worksheet 5. Multiples. The multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Multiples think multiply, because 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3, 4 times 4, 4 times 5. Question 1. Write down the first 4 multiples of each of the following numbers. 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12. Press pause to complete question 1 by yourself. Question 2. What is the 11th multiple of 5? Now, without writing them down, when you hear the word multiple, you must think multiply. So the 11th multiple of 5 is simply 11 times 5, which is 55. What is the 15th multiple of 7? It's going to be 7 times 15, or 15 times by 7, which you can do by yourself on the side and complete the rest of question 2 by yourself. Question 3. Find the lowest common multiple, or LCM, of 3 and 4. So, let's always start with our biggest number. Let's write out some multiples. 4, 8, 12. The moment you see 12, you should think 3 fits into 12. Therefore, 12 is also going to be a multiple of 3. Let me show you. 3, 6, 9, 12. From this we see that our first or our lowest common multiple between the two numbers is 12. Let's do B together. We have 4 and 6, so let's first write out our multiples of 6. We have 6, then we have 12, and before you continue, the moment you see 12, you should realize that 4 fits into 12, because the multiples of 4 are 4, 8, and 12. Therefore, it's very easy to see that the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6 is 12. Use what you have learned to complete the rest of question 3 by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answers. Worksheet 6. A factor tree is a tree where the branches are made up of factors. For example, plant the number 24 and grow the first branch of factors. Then use those factors to grow a second row of branches. So for 24 we know we can write it as 4 times 6. 4 we can still write as 2 times 2, and 6 we can write as 2 times 3. 24 we can also write as 2 times 12, 12 we can write as 2 times 6, and 6 we can write as 2 times 3. And now we have 24 as a product of its prime factors. Let's do 12 together. 12 we can write as 3 times 4. 3 is a prime number, so we can't break it up further, so I put a block around it. 4 we can write as 2 times 2, and 2 is also a prime number. So here we have a perfect factor tree of 12, where 12 is written as a product of its prime factors. 3, 2, and 2 are the prime factors of 12. Use what you have learned to complete the rest of this page by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answers. Worksheet 7. To factorize a number means to write it as a product of its prime factors. For example, to factorize 6 means 6 is equal to a product, which is times, of 2 and 3, because both 2 and 3 are prime numbers and they are the prime factors of 6. To factorize 6 does not mean 1 times 6, because 6 is not a prime number. For 18, to factorize 18 means 18 is equal to 2 times 3 times 3, because all of these numbers are prime numbers. To factorize 18 does not mean 3 times 6 or 2 times 9, because neither 6 nor 9 are prime numbers. Let's look at question 1. Factorize by inspection. Now, to factorize 8, let's first write down 8 as a product of any two numbers. So we can say 4 times 2. Now, working from left to right. Is 4 a prime number? No. We can still write it as 2 times 2. So we have sorted out 4, and 2 we haven't written down yet, so we still need to times by another 2. Therefore, 8 in factorized form is 2 times 2 times 2. Let's do B together. 12. If we write 12 as the product of any two numbers, we can say 3 times 4. Then let's work from left to right. 3 is a prime number, so let's write it down so long. 3 times. Now 4 is not a prime number. We can still break it up as 2 times 2. Therefore, 12 in factorized form is 3 times 2 times 2. Lastly, let's do 42 together. 42 we can write as 6 times 7. Now if we look at 6, 6 is not a prime number, so let's write it as 2 times 3, which are both prime. And now 7 is a prime number, so we can simply write it down at the end, times 7. Use what you have learned to complete question 1 by yourself. Question 2. To factorize 84, if we cannot factorize by inspection, as we did above, we use the ladder method. So, this is how we do it, but I'm going to start from the beginning. We put 84 at the top, and we draw a ladder going down. Then we are going to divide 84 by prime numbers. And we always start checking by the smallest prime number, which is 2. Can 2 fit into 84? Yes, so we write it down as one of its factors. And 84 divided by 2 is 42. Then 42 is our next number. Can 2 fit into 42? Yes. And the answer is 21. Now, is 21 divisible by 2? No. Is it divisible by 3? Yes. And the answer is 7. Now 7 is a prime number, so it's divisible by 7, and it goes in ones. Now on the left hand side of my ladder, we have all the prime factors of 84. Thus 84 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 7 in factorized form. Question 3. Factorize each of the following numbers using the ladder method. Let's do 18 together, it's nice and easy. We put 18 at the top of our ladder. Is 18 divisible by 2? Yes, and the answer is 9. Is 9 divisible by 2? No. Divisible by 3? Yes, and the answer is 3. And 3 is only divisible by 3 to get 1. Therefore, 18 is equal to 2 times 3 times 3 in factorized form. Use what you have learned to complete the rest of question 3. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answers. Question 4. Factorize each of the following numbers using the ladder method. Let's do C together. We have 40. Now we start dividing by the smallest prime number, which is 2. 40 is divisible by 2, and it's 20. 20 is divisible by 2, and it's 10. 10 is divisible by 2, and the answer is 5. And 5 is divisible by 5, and it's 1. Therefore, 40 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 in factorized form. Let's go down. Let's do 78 together. 78 divisible by 2, yes, because it ends in an 8. 2 fits into 7 3 times, remainder 1. And 2 fits into 18 6 times. Then, is 36 divisible by 2? Yes. And 36 divided by 2 is 18. You can check that on the side. Is 18 divisible by 2? Yes. The answer is 9. Is 9 divisible by 2? No. Then we only go to 3, and yes. And is 3 divisible by 3? Yes, and the answer is 1. Therefore, 78 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. You see how all my 2's are in order and then my 3's. If you do it correctly, these numbers should not be muddled up. Press pause to complete the rest of this page by yourself. Use the memo to mark your answers. Worksheet 8. Factorize each of the following numbers and then find the highest common factor. The highest common factor of 28 and 42. Now, let's use the ladder method to help us. We factorize 28 and we get that 28 is equal to 2 times 2 times 7. We factorize 42 and 42 is equal to 2 times 3 times 7. Now, the highest common factor must be a factor that is in both of the numbers. So we see it's 2 times 7, which is 14. Let's do B together. We need to factorize 42 and 56. We already have 42 in factorized form up there. So 42 is equal to 2 times 3 times 7. Then 56 in factorized form. 2 goes into twice, remainder once, and then 8. 2's 14, 2 and then 7, 7 and then 1. Therefore, 56 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. Now we need to find the factors that are on both, and let's circle them. We have 1, 2 there, and then we have our 7's. Therefore, our highest common factor is 2 times 7 again, which is 14. Use what you have learned to complete the rest of this page by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answers. Worksheet 9. Factorize each of the following numbers and then find their lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple of 28 and 42, we factorize 28 and write it out, and we do the same for 42. Now, to find the lowest common multiple, write down all the factors of 28, which we have 2 times 2 times 7 in green. Then we have a 2 in 42 and we have 7 in 42. All that is needed to have multiples of 42 is now to times by 3. So we write it down. Then 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 3 is 21. And when we multiply it all together, we get 84. Let's look at example 2. We factorized 56 and we factorized 120. So we write down all the factors of the smaller number, which is 56. So we see it there. Then we check. In 120, we already have the 2, we have another 2, and we have another 2. We still need to multiply by 3 and 5 to have multiples of 120, so we write it down. Then we multiply out in groups, whichever way is easiest, and you'll see we get an answer of 840, which is the lowest common multiple. Let's do A together. So write down with me. 28, we factorize, nice and easily. So 28 is equal to 2 times 2 times 7. Then we need to factorize 56. 2 goes into 28 times 2, 14, 2, 7, and 7 once. You can check these by yourself. So 56 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. Now, we are going to write out for our lowest common multiple all the factors of the smallest number. 2 times 2 times 7. Now let's check which numbers we have. We have our 2, we have another 2, and we have our 7. All that is still required to also have multiples of 56 is to times by another 2. Then 2 times 2 is 4, 7 times 2 is 14, and 14 times 4, you can check by yourself, is 56, which is. Use what you have learned to complete question B by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answer. Use what you have learned to complete C and D by yourself. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answers. Question 2. Factorize each of the following numbers and then find the highest common factor and their lowest common multiple. Let's do A together. So write with me. We first want to factorize 42. So it's 2 and then 21, 3 and then 7, 7 and 1. So 42 is equal to 2 times 3 times 7. 56, you can check by yourself, in factorized form is 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. Now, for our highest common factor, we need factors that belong in both. So we can see that it is 2 and the 7s. So the highest common factor is 2 times 7, which is 14. For our lowest common multiple, it's a little bit different. We first write out all of our factors of our smallest number, which is 2 times 3 times 7, and then we check what is missing from our factors of 56. So, we have our 2, we have our 7. So we are missing to times by 2 and another 2, which I write down. Then all we need to do is multiply out. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 is 4, then 6 times 7 is 42, and 42 times 4 is 168. You can check that by yourself. Use what you have learned to complete question B by yourself. Remember, you must learn the difference between the methods of finding the highest common factor or the lowest common multiple in order to get the sums right. When you are done, use the memo to mark your answers.